we will get purified, and we will work our way towards back to Godhead. So GANGAPRASAD Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You may take it over from here.
Om Madhyantimirandasya Janang Jana Salakaya Chakshuro Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Radhanath Swami Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Ide Satarine Shri Chaitanyam Nanobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Syam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tham Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishubhanu Sutedevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Pati Tanam Pavanendayo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanyan Prabhu Nityananda Syadvaita Gadada Shivasadi Shigora Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I'd like to formally welcome every one of you present and to beg for your blessings so that I can do this service with due diligence for my purification and for the benefit of the audience. Hare Krishna. We are taking our reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter 13, The Appearance of Lord Varaha, text number 41. We'll do the sloka, synonyms, and then translation and purport. Rayi mayam rupamidam chasukaram Bhumandalena tadata dritenate Chakasti Sringo dagane nabusa buyasa Ula chalena drasya yataiva vibramam Trahi mayam rupamidam cha sokaram Bhumandalena tadata dritenate Chakasti Sringo dagane nabusyasa Kula chalendra syaya taiva vibrama Rayi mayam rupamidam tasokaram Bhumandalena tadata dritenate Chakasti Sringo dagane nabuyasa Ula chalendra syayataiva vibrama. Word for word transliteration. Trayimayam Vedas personified. Rupam form. Idam this. Ta also. So Karam the boa. Bo Mandalina the earth planet. Ata now. Data by the tusk. Tritena sustained by. Te yo. Chakasti is glowing. Shinga Uda sustained by the peaks. Ganena by the cloud. Buyasa more glorified. Ulaj Achala Indrasya of the great mountains. Yata as much as ever certainly. Vibrahma decoration. Translation and explanation by Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Jaga Guru Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Lord, as the peak of great mountains become beautiful when decorated with clouds, your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word Vibrahma is significant. Vibrahma means illusion as well as beauty. When a cloud rests on the peak of a great mountain, it appears to be sustained by the mountain. At the same time, it looks very beautiful. Similarly, the Lord has no need to sustain the earth on his tusks. But when he does so, the world becomes beautiful, just as the Lord becomes more beautiful because of his pure devotees on the earth. Although the Lord is the transcendental personification of the Vedic hymns, he has become more beautiful because of his appearance to sustain the earth. Mukankaroti wa chalam, pangam langayati girim, ya kripata mahamande, si guru dinatarinam, ya kripata mahamande, paramananda madhava, si Krishna, Chaitanyan, Ishwaraha. So the segment of this Bhagavatam that we are reading mentions about prayers by the sages unto Lord Varaha. So you can see the tone of speech in the translation. O Lord, as the peak. So there's somebody uttering these statements. And it is mentioned that Krishna is described by selected poetic words. Uttama sloka. So the sages, they are offering prayers with very selected words and poetic also. You can see this is a very poetic text. And there is a very, very significant reference in this text. And we should all borrow a leaf or learn from this. And that is that the Lord comes to lift the earth. This is actually what the life of devotional service, life of devotees are. God is teaching us by his own personal example. Yad yad acharati sreshta. Whatever a great man does, common men will follow. And whatever standard is set by exemplary action, all the world will pursue. So here there is an exemplary act that is worth emulating. The earth is distressed and displaced, and Lord Varaha comes to lift it out of the muddy waters. Everybody in the material world is in muddy shackles of material existence. At the end of the text here, it says the Lord become more beautiful because of the appearance because of his pure devotees on earth. And in one purport, Prabhupada was mentioning that the servants of God, they come to propagate God consciousness. It is the same thing to lift people out of the quagmire of Maya, come to lift them. Lord Varaha came to lift the earth. So the devotees come to lift the people. The servants of God are here to propagate God consciousness. And intelligent people should cooperate with them in every respect. Every respect. By serving the servants of God, one can please God more than by directly serving the Lord. The Lord is more pleased when he sees that his servants are properly respected, because such servants risk everything for the service of the Lord and so are very dear to the Lord. Lord Varaha is coming here, is also sacrificing everything just to bring the earth back in place. And this is what every one of us is expected to emulate. This is the mood. That's why Mahaprabhu said, Yare Deka Tarekaha Krishna Upadesh. Wherever you go, whosoever you meet, tell them about Krishna as it is enjoined in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. If you do this, he said, Amara Agyanya Guru Hanata, Edesa, you become the Guru and you save the land. Lord Varaha is saving the earth. But the beautiful thing that is the decoration in this text is that the earth, by being placed on the tops of Lord Varaha, becomes very beautiful. The Lord himself also becomes beautiful. And he says, but when he does so, the world becomes beautiful. In the first canto, there's where, after the sages asked Sutta Goswami, he said, your questions are very nice because they will benefit Loka Mangala. The whole world becomes purified by this. So everybody is benefited. Everybody becomes beautified by the act of sacrificing to lift others. Lord Varaha is doing that. And he says that the Lord becomes more beautiful because of his pure devotees on earth. So the devotees are here to continue this work of sacrificing and lifting the conditioned soul from their miserable conditioned life. It is a clarion call, and it is worthy of heeding, because it is not that the Lord needs anything. In the 10th canto text, number 41, the Lord was telling Arjuna, know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creatures spring from but a spark of my splendor. So part of the 6 opulence of Bhagwan is beauty. He is already beautiful, but his beauty becomes enhanced because of interaction with his devotees. Become more beautiful. Similarly, the devotees also become more beautiful by participating in glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Conversely, not doing this gives people very, very awkward look. It's mentioned that it is out of the reaction of sin that people are born deformed, ugly, poor. So, but when you serve the personality of Godhead, it is mentioned that it's like serving the king. You enjoy all the royalty, all the opulence of the facilities in the kingdom. So beauty is one of it, fame is one of it, knowledge is one of it, renunciation is one of it. 6, You possess Him, but though in very minute degree, but you possess it. So God is teaching us by personal example here. And that is what also we should share with everybody who come across. That is the commission of Mahaprabhu. And this act of sacrificing for the benefit of others is very, very integral part of our teaching and practice. Integral part. Lord Brahma, when he manifested on the lotus petal, he did not know what to do, what not to do, where he was, what was his duty. He started searching. And then he had the sound, tapa, austerity. He voluntarily, it's not that he was forced, accepted it. For thousands of years. I like that portion of Bhagavatam. He said, he performed it so diligently that God was pleased with him. God shook hands with him. God shook hands with him to applaud him. He took the sacrifice. And then he set the example. That's why he said that tapasya brahmacharina, samena cha, damena cha. The wealth of a brahmana is austerity. So you ornament yourself by that. And your deeds also to help others. It is mentioned that the sages, the Bhagavatas, who during the month of Chaturmasya, they came to the ashram or the environment where Narad Muni's mother was made servant. Narad had the opportunity, because his mother was serving them, he had the opportunity also to serve them. He had the opportunity to take their prasad. And in the end, when they left, he said, by the mercy of the Bhagavatas, his life changed. The same Narad Muni, who was the servant of a maid, who was the son of a maid servant in his previous life, became the Narad Deva in his next life. So this is how we should uplift, like the earth is uplifted. We should uplift everything that comes our way. But you cannot give what you don't have. So it has to start with us. First, we have to uplift ourselves by following the example of previous teachers, by hearing regularly about the activities of God. When Queen Kunti was praying in the 8th chapter of the 1st canto, in text 35, she said, although there are many reasons why you have come, but paramount in them is that you came to enact superhuman unlimited pastime to absorb and uplift the mind of your and heart of your devotees who hear them. So in that chapter 2 text 18 says, Nasta preyua swabradesu nityam bhagavatam sevaya bhagavate utamas loke bhakti bhavati nastiki. By regularly attending the class of Bhagavatam and serving the personalities Bhagavatas. All that is complicated. What are the complications in the heart? The complications in the heart are the effects of what he mentioned in text number 19, the effects of the modes of passion and ignorance that is manifest as lust, desire, hankering. By hearing regularly and serving, they will disappear. So Krishna has already done this as a groundwork, but he has empowered the devotees to become the instruments, just like He told Arjun, all these soldiers, they are dead already. I've killed them. But I just want you to take the glory, take the credit. So Krishna wants the devotees to take the credit. And by them accepting to take the credit, they beautify God. If Arjun did not heed the instructions of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Gita will not be worldwide acclaimed as of today. And that is why the ascetics of Bhagavad Gita is, if you hear Bhagavad Gita, you become a devotee of Lord Krishna. If you hear Bhagavad Gita and you don't become a devotee, you have not heard Bhagavad Gita as it is. So the hearing about the glories of God from the devotees of the Lord, it is to enhance the beauty of our life. And by our life beauty being enhanced, God's beauty is also enhanced. So this text, this purport, it is short, but it's very deep. It's just like, what do you call it? A point of focal point of the Lord's mission and the devotee's mission. It's a focal point to lift others. And so you find out that in the secular world of today, many people are involving in doing a lot of philanthropic work. They use it as the last point of goal setting. That you make your plans, you play your part, you succeed, but what is the use of your success? The use of your success is in giving back to society. Giving back to society. Although the smart concept of goal setting, it must be specific, it must be measurable, it must be achievable, it must be realistic, it must be time-bound, smart. But what has society got to gain from that? So outside this school of thought, they mention just do your plan, play your part, and when you succeed, give back to society. So it's to alleviate people's circumstance when you give back. And that is why the devotees are referred to as the supreme welfare workers. Supreme welfare worker. The devotees are like medical practitioners. They know after thorough examination of society. They diagnose the life situation of the entities in society. Then they prescribe. They prescribe ought to be of benefit for them. So the sages did the same thing. They asked their 6 questions. It was not because they were bereft of this knowledge, but they wanted to use it as a medium. Supreme welfare for all living entities. What can bring about that? What is the essence of the scripture? Why did Krishna come? What is about the Purusha avatar, the Lila avatars? And where did Dharma hide with knowledge when Krishna left with them? So all these are questions that are beneficial. That's why Dr. Goswami said they are beneficial for humanity generally, because it purifies the whole atmosphere. So we walk like lights. We walk like the salt of the earth. We are enhancers. And if we fail to do this, it is unfortunate. We become killers of the soul. because we have a mission to save the land. If we don't add to saving the land, we have to destroy the land. And by saving the land, we are ornamented, beautified. So when Jesus said, let your work so shine that men will behold you, let your light so shine that men will behold your good work and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. If your Father is glorified, you are beautifying him. So I like this statement here, that he become more beautiful because of his pure devotees on earth. He is already beautiful, but he become more beautiful because of the presence of his pure devotees. And the pure devotees, they are risking everything, just to save the fallen conditioned souls who are immersed in the ocean of the science. So yes, the poetic setting is beautiful, it is captivating, and bonus is to read more in the scripture, hear more from the scripture, like the Vedic question presents. Who did this in the past? How did they do it? And what did they gain by so doing? So the world of the devotees is evolving around us. Narad Muni, he went to the 10,000 sons of Daksha. Daksha's plan was they become grihastas and increase the population. And Narad Muni came and preached the path of renunciation and celibacy to them. And it looked like Daksha was frustrated. Daksha produced another set of 10,000 sons and instructed them to embark on the path of austerity and purification so that they can do their job diligently. Narad came a second time, converted 10,000 into brahmachari, and Daksha provoked and cursed Narad Muni. You will never have a residence. It cost him. You will never have anywhere to reside. So when he said that the devotees, they take very heavy risks on behalf of the Lord. Serious risk on behalf of the Lord. And the Lord is more pleased to see that his servants are properly respected because the servant risk everything for the service of the Lord. And so they are very dear to them. So you can imagine being cursed that you will not have any residence. And Narad Muni is saying, Haribo. Haribo. He didn't care about his own personal challenges, but he was fulfilled that he was able to make these devotees exalted. Like the last class we gave when he was talking about Vanashram, and he said that people could take to devotional service. I mentioned the four Kumara also. Similarly, they disobeyed their father, but for a higher cause. Narad Muni's mission was for a higher cause. It's not that the Grihastha ashram is useless, but he wants them to gain more. So Daksha, in defense, he played back. He produced 10,000 daughters. And what happened? Narad Muni gave gap. he built hedge of defense. He didn't come to preach to them. Okay? So devotees do like this, but it is all to fulfill the desire of the Lord, to make the work of creation perfected, and running smoothly. So Lord Varaha is the embodiment of the Vedic scripture, confirming that, which Krishna said in Gita, Savasya chaham ridi sane visto, mata smriti jnana punhamcha. Vedascha aham eva video, Vedanta creed, Veda vid eva chaham. I am the compiler of the Vedantas. I know the Vedas. And it is by the Vedas that I am to be known. So if Lord Varaha did not set this precedence, we have from other avatars also a model to follow. But he teach very nicely by this pastime. And this pastime is very huge. Because if you read further, you now find out how even Mother Earth became captivated and said, I will never let you go unless you bless me. I will not let you go. That is how captivating the pastime is. And so she conceived a son for him that is called Boma. Boma had wrong association with Vina, although he's son of the personality of Godhead, begotten by Mother Earth, Bhumi. In reciprocation for her being restored by Varaha. But Krishna, same incarnation of God, came to kill Bomasura. But the killing of Bomasura gave salvation, liberation, and association to 16,108 queens that pleaded with Krishna. They were imprisonment of Bomasura. He kidnapped them, he defied them, and then he locked them up. When Krishna killed Bomasura, he released them, and they said, we don't have anywhere to go. You have to give us shelter. And Krishna accepted them. And that is how the consort of Krishna came to 16,100 that was salvaged from Bhuma, his son, that had bad association with Vina, along with the 8 already existing consorts, 16,108. So the devotees' activity enhanced the beauty of the Lord. The devotee activity, they salvage the depleting situation of existence. I was reading in one article a few days ago about one Swami that left the body in America. And he left a message for the whole world, not for Krishna conscious devotees alone, for the whole world. And he said, the world as of today is controlled by the demoniac class of people. And he was pleading that devotees of all sects, they are the solution for the depleting situation of the earth. They are the solution. And what will they do to become the solution? They have to use this beautiful word. He said they should be more appreciative of each other, irrespective of their sectarian leaning. More appreciative, less depreciative. This is the message. He left off this important message. Practically speaking, organized criminals are running the world, filling it with fear, hatred, and violence, while the devotees of the world are seeming to be more helpless and hopeless every day. So it is time for the devotees of the Lord everywhere to put aside their sectarian party spirits, pride and prejudice, to form an alliance of leagues that are necessary to restore the loving and peaceable society that every sane person wants to live in. Restore. Varaha restored. Maharaj is encouraging restore. Please, therefore, I'm requesting all devotees of the Lord to try to appreciate each other instead of depreciating each other. Please join together and become spiritual allies against the common foes of planetary peace, the foes of human life, health, religion, liberty, and spiritual advancement. Please practice Samatha Yoga, learning to see all precious souls with equality of vision, and then apply the healing genius of Bhakti Yoga, love of Godhead, as the panacea to cure whatever is ailing us. Maharaj left his body like 1 week back in America. So this is in continuation. We read more, we know about when, how, who did, what results will come from it. So we have to remake the world, create a happy, beautiful world, like he said, that every sane person aspires for. This is what Lord Varaha came to do. And this is what many, many other acharyas, they come to teach us. And it is for us to be wrapped in the understanding and promulgate the same concept and increase our own beauty. Said, may your fame be sung over the 3 worlds. Jai Gurudev will take shelter of your lotus feet. Because that's what he's doing. That's the Guru's business. Guru is not to increase our self-gratification and keep us conditioned here. It's to liberate us. So let us learn from this and become beautiful. God did not need to become beautiful. He already is beautiful. And he has kept this his beauty in his creation. Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creature spring from but a spark of my splendor. It becomes more enhanced because of the presence of the devotees. So let the devotees increase the 4 aspects of absorption: glorifying, hearing, worshiping, and remembering. This will make the difference. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your audience. In case there are comments, corrections, questions, please benedict me by sharing it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, His Grace GANGAPRASAD Prabhu. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful Krishna Katha. Dear devotees, if anyone may have questions, comments, reflections, realizations you may want to ask, share, in this regard, please indicate by using the hand emoji or your physical hand, and you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question or share your reflections. Hare Krishna.
I just want to update the last information I shared.
Okay.
Honoring the saint, my dearest friend and senior brother, David Shaman, also known as Bhakti Anand Goswami, devotee, scholar, monk, world traveler, spokesperson of the truth, connector of the world religious tradition, who left this world 1 week ago at Oregon, USA. Vaishnav Thakur ki Jai.
Yeah. Jai. I really admire his word of advice, caution, or complimentary, whichever way we may take it. It's very wonderful because oftentimes those of us who claim to be worshippers of God actually create more chaos, even than those who are not claiming to be worshippers of God. In this way, there are many people who have decided not to affiliate themselves with any religion because those who are belonging to one or another religion cannot tolerate to see another person in another religion. What is this? It's a shame, actually. So we thank you. But I have this to say and also to ask. I know the verse we just read, 3:13:41, was spoken by the demigods. And the demigods know better than my rascal self here. And these demigods, they always snoop in whenever there is Krishna Katha. So I know they are here. The demigods are around here, so I'm careful what I say. Otherwise, I was going to say, what are these demigods saying? They must be dreaming, but I'm not going to be saying that because they are here. So I would want you to help explain to me what these demigods mean, because you said it the way I would have thought that it has to be said. And Srila Prabhupada also said it the way I thought the demigods should have said it. But the demigods, they didn't say it that way. So maybe you help me. I'll put it up here. It says, "Oh Lord, as the peaks of great mountains become beautiful when decorated with clouds, your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tasks." So this statement, which is actually glorification of the Lord, the demigods are saying that the mountains by themselves are not beautiful until they are decorated with clouds. Similarly, the Supreme Lord's body has become beautiful because he has lifted the earth at the edge of his task, which means that prior to the Lord lifting the earth, he wasn't beautiful. And I do not accept that. So I do not understand why the demigods spoke the way they spoke. Unlike what you, GANGAPRASAD Prabhu, said, which is what I have heard so long, and Srila Prabhupada himself also saying here that he has become more beautiful, which means that the Lord is already beautiful. I've heard that when Krishna put on jewelries, the jewelries do not make Krishna become attractive. Krishna makes the jewelries attractive. So if you may help me with why the demigods spoke the way they spoke, please.
Thank you very much. Among the 26 qualities of a devotee, the demigods are devotees, devas, is that they are poetic. Isn't it? This is a poetic presentation. So they want to enhance the beauty of the Lord. That's why I use that text. Now, Bagwate Utamasloke. They choose words that are poetic to describe God. So that's what they are doing. They are just exhibiting the poetic qualities of a devotee. And then we also have a poetic ear and a poetic mind to comprehend it. So that is what I see. It's not that God was not beautiful. I said it in course of my class, that 6 opulences depict Bhagwan. 6 opulences. So on his own, he has all of this, but they become more enhanced. Krishna is beautiful, but one day Krishna on his own, just looking at this precious stone on the floor in Dwarka, he was amazed, a reflection of himself. Who is this person that can be this beautiful? So what is that gem doing? The gem is enhancing Krishna's beauty. But already Krishna is beautiful. But it is the devotee's duty to speak poetically about Krishna, to present him to people in a picture seek. It is only an artist, a landscape artist that will appreciate this statement more. When you do landscape drawing, vegetation, the earth, if there's no sky in it, the beauty is not complete. Isn't it? So it's you see the word is used here. It is simultaneously illusion and beauty. It's used here.
Yeah.
So it could be illusory because its beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So they paint this picture that like the landscape artist presents landscape beauty complete with the sky on the mountain. The same way the Lord becomes beautiful with the earth on his tusk. This is how much I can contribute to it. You may have a better input or more advanced IT. You may have an IT input.
No, not a better input, but just like you said it, and just like what Sri Prabhupada said, more yes. Beautiful. That will help me condition soul to understand that the Lord was already beautiful prior yes. to, or the mountain was already beautiful prior to the cloud decorating it, or the Lord lifting the task. But I accept what you just explained. We're trying to be devotees, and so learning from different scriptures and hearing different lectures, we are fortunate to understand beyond just what we read here. Because like you said, it is poetic. So it goes beyond what we read between the black and white. It goes beyond that. But in order for someone to understand the poem, he should have a better understanding beyond what is being read. So thank you for the explanation. Srimad Acharya Prabhu, please you may unmute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my obeisance. All glories to Prabhupada. All glories to the
all glories to Guru and Guranga.
And then please allow me to make a little contribution to study Prabhu's question.
Allowed, Prabhu.
Answered very nicely. But at the same time, in the scripture, we are one that we should not try to interpret scripture with our own words. Everything in the scripture is correct. So, and I want to speak from that point of view that what the demigods are saying, they're actually right. It's not that the Lord wasn't beautiful before, but that statement is in respect of his appearance as Varaha. And that form, Varaha, fearful. That form isn't very, very beautiful. Yes, the boa form. It's not beautiful. And it only instills fear. That form, yeah. So it became beautiful when, after he had accomplished his task of lifting the heart. So then it inspires, joy. And then it became very beautiful now because he had lifted his heart. By that heart, they're no longer seeing the awe-inspiring and the fear-inspiring form of Varaha, but they are seeing his beauty of his compassion and the lifter of the downtrodden. So this is how I understand it. When they saw that form, just like the form of Narasika, all the demigods were scared. So that's not beauty. When you're scared, that's not beautiful. But after his accomplishment, then yes, now they could see his beauty through his act. So that's my understanding. I don't know what I make some sense, but that's how I see what you're saying.
That is proper understanding. I like that use of the reference that ordinarily a boa is not admirable. It's just like a hawk. Nobody sees a pig and like her look or his look. But then I like your reference and it is appropriate. But then everything in creation is beautiful in their own way. We cannot minimize it. It's beautiful. But I appreciate your input. It expands the understanding and the expressions also. Thank you, Prabhu.
Well, thank you, Shambhala Prabhu, for your contribution. And of course, His Grace GANGAPRASAD Prabhu, the precious speaker, thank you also. I humbly and respectfully do not wholly accept Shambhala Prabhu's viewpoint, in the sense that, yes, boa does not look attractive, but this particular boa called Varaha, the scriptures, the same Bhagavatam we're reading, in fact, we read it some few days ago, that the Bhagavatam was describing him to be very attractive, just very beautiful, even before he lifted the earth. And it says it's golden complexion, because even though we say boa, but it's not actually boa, because the shape looked like a boa. That is what the Bhagavatam says. So, I wholeheartedly accept the explanation that you both are giving, that it is poetic. The demigods are speaking poetically, which is one of the 26 qualities of a devotee. But if one does not understand, or how does understand, who can understand Krishna, but if one does not have any glimpse of who Lord Krishna is, or who this Lord Varaha is, then one may conclude that prior to lifting the earth, he was not beautiful. But the Lord is always beautiful, no matter how form he appears. Even when he appeared as Kurma, he was still attractive. Those who knew him, they were still attracted to him. When he appeared as Nishrimadev, Prahlad Maharaj was very much attracted to him. So, to me, what convinces me and makes it very acceptable to my understanding is like what GANGAPRASAD Prabhu is saying, that it is poetic. And in order to understand a poem, you have to go to the poet for him to explain to you what he means by this, that. And by the mercy of these same demigods and the gurus and the Bhagavatam, we understand that they are saying this just to enhance the beauty of Lord Varaha. But naturally, without lifting the earth, he's already beautiful. That is my understanding.
It's also perfect.
My understanding does not mean that someone else's understanding isn't right.
No, it's all enhancing the appreciation of the text. It's
Yeah.
increasing the understanding of the discussion. So it's like looking from different angles of vision.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're right. Prabhu is very right. I've had some other speaker speak about this text and they quoted what Prabhu said. Ordinarily, if you see a hog, you don't like the hog.
Yeah.
Ordinarily.
Yeah.
So, but then this hog is not ordinary.
Yeah.
That's the distinction. It's not ordinary. Yeah. And then he performed unequal task nobody has done before. Yeah. And then poetically, the demigod now say, wow, you look it. Beautiful. You know, so it's our enjoyment. This is the Katamrita.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All right. Okay. Madhuma will come to you, but it seems Shrimara Prabhu has something to say in this same connection. So Shrimara Prabhu, please be on mute. Hare Krishna.
I think he forgot to off.
Yeah, I've finished.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought you had a follow-up. Madhuma Prabhu, please give me on mute.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hello.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Thank you very much for giving us your time and this very wonderful disposition. We always appreciate you on this platform.
Thank you.
Just only to chip in, I think Prabhu Vara has opened our eyes to the knowledge. And I want us to look at the situation. You know, how the thing happened. You know, why they were contemplating and praying, looking for solutions to the problems that arise. You know, the Earth planet just disappeared into oblivion. So what are we going to do? Even Lord Brahma, everybody was perplexed. Nobody knew what was going to be the solution until Krishna himself maybe came into action, appearing like Lord Varaha. Everybody was looking, you know, until maybe after some time, he went into the ocean, Gabodakatari Ocean, and nobody was seeing anything. And all of a sudden, he came back with Earth planet on his thought. So I think maybe they were in the jubilant called the goal. Everybody say go. People become very jubilant. So maybe in this mode, they made their statement. And then inside the purpose, we were told to look at a particular word there, Vibramaha. They said the word Vibramaha is significant. Vibramaha means illusion as well as beauty. So the translation itself might not be too accurate. So illusion and beauty. So I think they were so much in jubilant mode and they made this comment. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Madhuma Prabhu, thank you so much. Well, anyone else with something to ask?
Govind Prabhu may have something to say because he's wrapped in attention.
Govind Prabhu, you have something to say or ask, please give me on mute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hariko, all glory to you. All glory to Gurudev.
Are you still in Ghana or you're back in States?
I'm back in State. I'm back in State, Prabhu. Thank you. Sorry, my voice is not good.
Krishna.
I catch some cold. Actually, I don't have questions or comments, but my name is being mentioned here. So, you know, what I was thinking is that what you said.
Yeah, go ahead.
We lost your voice. We lost your voice. Looks like you are muted.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. I don't know if he hears us.
You are not audible.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna.
Now you are. Hare Krishna. Go on.
Hare Krishna. Well, Prabhu,
Krishna.
like I said, I don't really have question. But since you mentioned my name, just how to say something. You know what I was thinking about a beautiful question raised by Sadi Prabhu about the demigods describing the beauty of the Lord. What I was thinking was that the beauty is actually within, it's not without. A person may have a very powerful divine qualities, but you can never know that he has such beauty within until he exhibits it. Like a singer, you may never know that he has such a powerful voice until he or she opens up his voice. Then you can tell who he is. So also, a boxer can never be known until he displays his archer. You know, so like that, the qualities are within, and that make one very beautiful. So when these qualities are exhibited, then the quality portrays or actually bring out the beauty of the personality. And so the demigods were looking at Varaha in such a state of appreciation that the feat in which the Lord performed is what the demigods were glorifying. But not that the Lord was not beautiful. He was beautiful, but he became more beautiful by exhibiting his qualities. So that was my understanding when the question was raised. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. I was only wanting your mercy.
Hare Krishna.
It's very interesting how like Srila Prabhupada encouraged us all to study his books from all sorts of angles, because everything everybody is saying here is so beautiful. It's just one simple verse, but it has so many angles to it. But I have this question. I asked this question before to, I don't remember who it was, but we see the Lord come on earth at different times, assuming different forms for different purposes, but all the purposes are just one purpose: to liberate his devotees. He came as Kurma, he came as Varaha, he came as Nrsimhadev, he comes as Vamana, he comes in all sorts of forms and shapes, all to liberate his devotees, which we as followers of the Lord have to follow suit. But I see that oftentimes those of us who claim to be the followers of the Lord do not do that. In other words, when we find another devotee in a very difficult situation, we do not go to his aid. We don't. I mean, when I say we don't, it does not mean that we do not do it at all, but it could be better. We don't do that. And sometimes, even when something bad happens to another devotee will take pride in that, saying that because he disregarded me, because he offended me, that is why he's suffering. Don't you think that there is something wrong with a devotee who might feel that way and actually behave that way? Because to me, it is ungodly. It is not like how Krishna behaves, because Krishna always assumes different forms, does anything, everything, just to help free the devotees. Second to that is you said, which not coming from you, you're just repeating the scriptures. By constant hearing of Krishna Katha, Srimad Bhagavatam, constant chanting the holy names of the Lord, all these inebrities, all these unwanted qualities will slowly but steadily be washed away. And I know somebody who has been hearing the Bhagavatam, who has been chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra for more than 30 years, and he's still rotten. And I know this devotee very well, because this devotee is me here, sitting here speaking, me, Sahadev here. I've been hearing Bhagavatam for so long. I've been doing Hare Krishna Japa so long, but still I have all these bad qualities. And I cannot say that Krishna's words are false or wrong. So what is wrong with me after hearing so much, after chanting so much, I still have these impurities? Please help.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
You
Krishna.
put me in a tight corner, but I'm going to escape simply too.
I made you a mechanic. Figure out what is wrong with the automobile.
He said the reward of service is more service. So if we are serving and we have not hit our optimum, we continue to serve. So if you are humble like you're presenting yourself, is your humility. Now for many years you have been hearing, you have been chanting, and you see that these things are still there. What to do? Hear more, chant more. With time, it will all unfold. This is the input I can make. Hear more, chant more. And the same is applicable to anybody. The medicine is called Bhavo Shadi. It's a therapy, it's medicine. Oshadi, it's medicine. It's working, but it's not going to work at the same speed for everybody, because our karma and configuration is not same. For somebody can be on the spot, and for some people it may take many lifetimes. I just give you this example of Prasad. Ramanuja Acharya was moving around with his disciples. They have been taking Ramanuja Acharya's Prasad, but they came to a pool where Ramanuja, after eating, he just took one bite or one piece of his maha and throw it inside the water. And one fish just came out, picked the prasad, and immediately manifest 400 by Kunta form. And the devotees were amazed. Ah, Gurudev, we have been taking prasad now. What happened to us? You know? And the Guru told them, this fish does not have the envy that you have. They are not wrong. Just like Prabhupada said, ISKCON is like a hospital. You cannot tell somebody you have this patch of soap, you see how this place is dirty. As long as he's in the bathroom, he will get clean sometime, somehow. So that's why I made it short for you. You chant more, hear more, and that which you are expecting will definitely manifest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I think this is what I needed. And I'm fortunate to have received it. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Madhuma Prabhu, please, you may unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Follow.
Thank you for your very wonderful question. Very, very wonderful. It doesn't apply to me alone, to all of us. There are even some of us that are taken to this process more years than yourself. And yes, we are still crawling. But the process, I think from this Upanishad, patience should be part of it. Patience. Because we accumulated this karma many lifetimes, millions of lifetimes. So by chanting the Maha Mantra, we are clearing the mirror of the mind. So just within that 35 years or 30 years we are talking about, it's very, very small. It's small. The effort is still very, very small. But we are making progress, actually. So that I think that's why Dr. described that we should be counting minimum of 16 rounds. So we continue cleaning the heart, cleaning. Even if we cannot complete this lifetime, we continue also until we attain our ultimate goal. So I think patience is part of the process. That's my only two contribution. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. God glory.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nectar. This is nectar.
See, sometimes, but of course I understand a little better now. But some time ago, I used to think that maybe this medicine is not really effective. This medicine of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, singing and dancing, and then eating Mahaprasada is not very effective to curing my material tendencies. But like you rightly said, my workload is very heavy, and therefore I need more doses. I'll be taking the doses in a very bits and pieces. I have to take it in a heavy chunk, and it has to be continuous also. So, I mean, there are many places Krishna states Satatan, always consistency. But I do it today, tomorrow, I give some laps. So in this way, I as I'm speaking, I'm thinking of when someone has infection and you have to take antibiotic to fight the infection. You cannot take intermittently. It has to be continuous, you know?
Yeah, all drugs, not just antibiotic.
Yeah, if you break.
When I was in the hospital in India,
yeah,
they make it a point. If you break the cycle of your medication, you have to immediately continue it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it will produce counter effect.
Yes.
If you break the cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Saduta is there in the background.
Mr. Prabhu, please, you may unmute.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, your grace.
Hare
Please can you accept my respectful obeisances, all glory to Guru Deva Prabhupada, and all glory
Hare
to
Krishna.
our devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Grace, always I'm excited to hear from you, but I came late. But forgive me for being late. And it's very, very wonderful. I came late, but
I want to share some realizations about the incarnation of Krishna, like Narasimha Dev, Varaha, and Kurman, and all of that. For us being a devotees, we see the beauty of them. I'm sharing my experience. The first time I saw Narasimha Dev, I was thinking, what demon is this? For example, let's look at the face of Varaha and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha is a demon. The Maha Avatar, you see his long teeth. But if you look at their face, you can see that Hiranyaksha is more beautiful than Varaha. But when he said Mother Bhume, we applause for him, and we see the beauty of him because we are devotees. So we know he is God. But somebody who is not a devotee, if you show him the two of them, he will choose Hiranyaksha.
Yeah.
So my realization is that because of we are devotees and we know more about Krishna, it becomes more beautiful, everything about Krishna. Just look at Sri Damadara. If you tell somebody that this blue boy is God, he's going to say, are you crazy? Are you insulting God? But this time, the love we have for offering the light to him, and we see him like this blue boy is our God. And we do everything with more respect, with full-hearted. But if you show it to somebody who is not a devotee, you say, are you joking? Are you insulting God? How can this blue boy be God? So I think it's the realization we have that make us see more beauty in all the avatars. In my house, I have the picture of Sri Damadara because I was watching more cartoons, Little Krishna, so I become more attracted to him. And every day, when I come, I have to greet him. If I'm going to bed, I have to greet him because always he's looking at me, and I have become more attached to him. And I see him as my God. This is my Krishna. But if you show it to somebody else, say, how can this cartoon be your God? So I think because of the realization we have, and fortunate for us to be devotees, that we see all the beauties in those avatars. So this is my realization. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good one. And more than that, is that the devotees' realization is so broad that they don't narrow God like the Bible says, he made man in his own image and likeness. He limits God. But the Vedic teaching makes us know that God is God of all species. And he manifested as a Matsya, Harigriva, like all these forms. God is not limited to just the human form. He has all forms because it came from every species to prove that he is all of them. It's from all of the species. So nobody has an exclusive claim, oh, God is only my God of my generation or my species. So that is a higher understanding. And this is where the devotees are different. Personified God, not just abstract God. So your realization and understanding is beautiful. Thank you. I can see the presence of Sivas Onachari. Please, can you bless us with one or two words of motivation?
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I was listening online, but the topic has become so interesting that I have to manifest. on the Zoom platform. So I just want to say thank you very much for the beautiful discussion. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he glorified Ramananda Raya by saying, Ramananda Raya Mora Koti Namaskar. Koti Namaskar means millions of obeisances. And why is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offering millions of obeisances unto Ramananda Raya? Because he says from the mouth of Ramananda Raya, he drank the nectar of Krishna consciousness. So I just wanted to offer my millions of obeisances unto all of you for creating this nectarian situation that everybody is relishing and bring out more nectar. So that's the first point. I just want to appreciate the sweetness of the discussion. That is how Srimad Bhagavatam should be chant. The more you chant, the more nectar comes out. So thank you for that. And I also wanted to make one point about the question His Grace Sahadev Prabhu brought up. I think once a devotee, I'm trying to remember whether I asked Guru Maharaj that question or a devotee asked Guru Maharaj that question. That I am participating in Krishna consciousness for many years, but I don't see any progress in my life. I'm trying to remember who asked that question, whether I was the one who asked it or some other devotee. And Guru Maharaj shared some wonderful realization. So I want to also share that. Guru Maharaj said that we are sitting in a very fast-moving vehicle. Sometimes you don't even see how fast you are moving in the vehicle. When you sit in a very fast-moving vehicle, if, for instance, when you are flying the air, you don't see how fast the aircraft is going. When you look out in the window, it may seem you are just at one spot. But the speed of the aircraft is unimaginable. It's going at 500 miles per hour. But you cannot recognize it. So it says in this Krishna consciousness, we may not easily recognize how fast we are progressing. But nevertheless, we are making tremendous progress. And Guru Maharaj said that the Maha Mantra that we chant every day, that every time we chant the Maha Mantra, there are changes in our subtle body. That any time we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, there is positive changes in our subtle body. So how many times you chanted the Hare Krishna mantra, that number of times there are changes in your subtle body. But as Gangaprasad Prabhu said, we have different loads, different baggages, different karmas, different constitutions, bodily constitutions, and so on. So the effect may not be the same for everybody. But nevertheless, we are making progress. If we were not making progress, we would have remained in the ocean of sin. Drinking, smoking, and doing all those things others do. But a devotee is free from these things, meaning that he has actually moved away completely from this sinful life. So the mere fact that we are no more inclined to sinful life means we are making so much progress, but the speed of the progress is so high that we cannot even see it.
Very well.
That is my little contribution, and I'm just quoting from Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Chitta Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. In Shakespeare, the coup plotter said, our cause will become just by inviting Cicero, that is silver hair, will make our cause right. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Your discussion is so sweet. I was doing something, but I'm listening online. I didn't want to show my face. But Prabhu's question drew me to the platform. I wanted to share this. Thank you.
Yes. It's very good you came to share this, because now I'm understanding that I'm not as rotten as I was thinking.
No, nobody.
Because looking back, how I used to enjoy kakas,
That's right.
now I cannot stand the smell of.
Now you can smell it.
So I said, oh, there is some progress. Okay. Like when I go to work, I do not want to make faces because people are eating. But when people warm their food in the microwave, I always have to get some sort of spray, to spray the area, because I just can't stand it. So this is the same person who was enjoying this meat like anything. Now I can't even stand the smell. So I hope to remain in this fast-moving aircraft called ESCON. Someday, someday we may get to the destination.
Sure.
Sure.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Well, Emeritus GANGAPRASAD PRABHU. You are the emeritus. And His Grace Srivastava Prabhu, thank you so much for your contribution. Shivara Prabhu, your contribution. Govinda Prabhu. Govinda Prabhu, your realization was very impactful also, very nice. And Hamsadita Prabhu also. I mean, it's beautiful all around. The devotion is what actually brings about the beauty. So because we have a little bit of devotion, everything about Krishna is beautiful. Even the so-called mischief plays are all beautiful, So we thank you all very much. His Grace GANGAPRASAD Prabhu, if you may give us some sort of concluding remark of this tantalizing Krishna Katha, then we may bring this to a close. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. It is the mission of Mahaprabhu. It's a clarion call that wherever we go, whomsoever we meet, we should talk about Krishna, because Krishna is beautiful. By so doing, we also become beautiful, and we enhance the beauty of Krishna. And that way, we save the land like Vara saved the earth, and become more beautiful, and we become more beautiful. So let us keep the fire burning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So with that being said, dear devotees, we're going to humbly request you all to kindly unmute. But there is something His Grace Srivastava said that reminded me of one pastime of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was coming to one temple, and so all the devotees were very busy getting things ready for his arrival. And so Krishna Goswami and other senior devotees were telling all the devotees, hey, all the devotees, you stand here. You stand this side. Srila Prabhupada is coming. So Srila Prabhupada got there and then he said, oh, you saying all the devotees should stand over there. Am I not a devotee also? So his great Srimad Acharya was saying, he wasn't sure who actually gave this question, either he himself or the devotees. And I was thinking, what about you? Okay, that brought it back.
Sir, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, before Shiva's Maharaj leave us, I
Yeah,
had one question there for him. I know he's not the one giving class,
okay.
but
I will answer you after tomorrow.
okay.
You give me, no problem.
Yeah, but I remember that past time as well. So I was just, oh, all the devotees that side, what about me? I'm not a devotee. Okay, so, all right. This is so nectarian. Dear devotees, we're going to humbly request you all to unmute and we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express our deepest appreciation and gratitude to His grace, Sri Ganga Prabhu, for sharing His love and wisdom today. Jai.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Jai Krishna Devacha, Paritanam Pavanamiro, Vaishnavyo Namo. Anantapati Vaishnava Vrinde ki Jai, Jaga Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Krishna Prabhu ki Jai.
Jai.